Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Your Vox Populi. Back here after some really troubling issues that's really just been, ruined most of my week. By the way, short version is why I've been uploading for the last couple of days. In fact, almost half the week now. And also why on a different entire YouTube channel from the previous one is basically... last Sunday, my computer had a full-on systems crash, and during the process, I kind of lost access to my Google account, and by now it looks like I won't be able to recover it, because Google is, I think, operated by aliens from beyond the outer stars, straight up Lovecraft. So, basically, unless, I somehow recover it, which again seems very unlikely, somehow one of my fans works for Google, or knows someone working for Google, can somehow get it back for me. Basically, I'm having to kind of run it from here in the new channel, so, spread the word, get out to as many people as possible, so you can all get back, get the algorithms going in my favor once more, even though they weren't like before. But anyways, I will be, getting the channel going. I will try to get videos up daily. There will maybe some issues. I'll probably have to, focus more on Twitch to, earn money off of that. You can donate, of course, to, help me pay off my new computer. Very nice one. You might notice slightly better graphics already and all that. But anyways... you can please donate. Links in the video description. You can also find a link to my Discord. I'll probably be using that more in the future as well to communicate and all that stuff there. So when you're probably all, in case something goes wrong again, I can probably easily get a message out to everyone. Of course, there's also Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot. So just a heads up there again, things went tits up, and I'm trying to cover as best as I can. So anyways, back in action now with the mighty Propagandacast. Deutschland! Anyways, in the north it is Luvnest, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the... let's just go with first Panzerdivision here with Osttruppen Doctrine. Yeah, probably not first, then the Kampfgruppe Wolf. With Osttruppen squads, entrenching tools, artillery field officers, supply drops, and the railway artillery support with Panzergrenadier machine gun Panzerfaust. First and south it is Eisernez Kreuz, or Iron Cross. Fighting here for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. Taking on the role here of the 5th Guards Tank Corps with airborne troops, defensive tactics, and mechanized support tactics. With anti-tank gun, anti-tank grenade range, bulletins, and infantry. And apparently the anti-tank grenade range bulletin is bugged, is actually working for stuff like Tank Hunter Doctrine anti-tank grenade, but regular anti-tank grenades apparently don't benefit from this, of what we hear. But anyways, double Osttruppen there for Luvnest. We got double contra there for Eisernez Kreuz. We'll just call him Kreuz though. Upon easting eastwards, we got Osttruppen moving center, and with MD42 as well there. Luvnest swiftly advancing for Das Vaterland. But yeah, so much better details now. Overall should be much more smooth. MD42 moving ahead. I should also try and remember to post the new system specs in the comments as well. Engineers ground the western point. Note here lots of barbed wire to that way set up for future engagements. The opponent can't easily use it against. Kreuz here in the surge, sandbags in the west here. And there you go, first shots fired here at the 1 minute, roughly 30-second mark here by the eastern victory point. Contra, they're quickly falling back as they come under heavy fire from a deluge of Osttruppen. A swarm of heavies. Or Hilfswilliger. We got a third Osttruppen squad out there for Luvnest. East side there, we got the Pioneers advancing. Going to head for the east point there so far. Luvnest managed to go a good chunk of the map here of Langraskaya. Grabbing the western victory point there with engineers. Concentrating about there, looking of course for find a way there to get under Luvnest's skin and then beat him up. More engineers on the way there for Kreuz. Going to be a triple contact engineer build, one of the more standard ones. There we go, going for the car point there. Luvnest playing the Osttruppen as aggressive as he can. MD42 support here, again looking to pressure his opponent for off his early game, that way gaining the advantage. Osttruppen has to come there by the road. Comes there suppressed by the MD42. Go. That's it. Luvnest has found himself up mood as he left flank with the MD42 exposed. Osttruppen dealing with contact of the car point. Osttruppen being beaten up. MD42 going to have to go back. More troops run here, the engineers. Either way, Luvnest maneuver has not quite had the immediate success you'd hope for. In fact, maybe seen a wipe here with a bit of luck for Kreuz that at the same time as they took get the wipe. Does allow the MD42 precious time to reposition. Breaking up the punishment to active force where the MD42 plus he's losing the car point here. So even with this, Kreuz here slightly slid up. This is Luvnest, and Luvnest, of course, being the player is, saw the opportunity and exploited it neatly here versus Kreuz. He's going to try it again. Yes, he is, but now Kreuz might be able to punish him there. Go for the gun machine gun here. Luvnest may just have pushed his luck a bit beyond what it could actually hold. There you go. Still more harassment here. Luvnest does not give up. Kreuz, of course, is not giving up either here. versus Luvnest. Almost got the MG42 there. Almost got it. And he gets the MG42. He's going to make a run for it. He's going to hoorah, but there you go. Luvnest runs up and grabs the MG42 right under Kreutz's nose. He's having none of that. I would still consider, it may just be the auto setup on the MG42. Bit of an annoying feature they added. Can really cause some very frustrating moments with machine gun setups and times when you really don't want it to. We got troops from the west, going to be up. They go back to car pump. Even then, that's been precious time lost of resources for Kreuz here versus Luvnest. You get to see a doctrine there. Of course, we may see airborne troops. They're, of course, also mechanized. And, of course, defensive. Bit of rare on there, but I suppose could happen. But I would say airborne troops seems most likely. S-5040s, guards airborne, all that. Very good stuff. Plus, the Dishka is also just really good versus infantry and light vehicles. Osttruppen westward, they're going to try and threaten here Kreutz's western fuel point once more. Back here in Luvnest base, we've got a bit of security there as well going on there. Troops reinforcing healing. The Osttruppen lining up for the next big assault there for the German army. Very comfortable, the Wolf. Formed up from a ad hoc assembly of units and forced into combat with the Soviets. Comes from westwards, the Osttruppen wiring out the western point here. Back here, troops reinforcing. We got Engineers Squad number 2 again. Lost an Engineer Squad there to the fascists. MD-40 coming up here. We got the concept of the Osttruppen there. Bit of skirmishing, bit back and forth. Centre victory point secured. Sandbags up here for Kreuz. Back here, light to mechanized company up there for Luvnest. Probably going to be a 2-2. Could also be the 251, possibly a flame for a half track. Though personally, I do prefer unupgraded half tracks. Either way, pushing ahead, then leaning on his advantage here versus Kreuz. Again, just get ahead there and slightly attacking. Very good. East side, there we can see the Kreuz working to outmaneuver Luvnest here. Trying to ensure that Luvnest doesn't get to dictate too much of the fighting. You could go for the officer, but Panzer Squad honestly is usually what you want long term. Though again, the officer is quite good if you know how to use the abilities or care about them. There you go, 251.5 later for Luvnest. That will, with 90% certainty, be a flame for a half track though here. Typically tends to be part of the Osttruppen strategies. Though again, you can actually use a regular half track with them since again they reinforce incredibly fast. You can actually do some pretty interesting stuff there though. At the same time, to be careful you don't, bleed yourself out either. I've done that a few times, but it can be pretty fun though. Still, Kreuz here. We'll have to go, I think, for an immediate response. In fact, he could be forced under defensive to just go for the line to tank and, well, he went there anyways. Didn't matter what I thought, he went there. Let's go for needs to be constantly Osttruppen. Comes with the Pioneers here. Yeah, we'll probably see a light into tank. Oh, Dishka first. Dishka also works, though. There's the flame fire tech. You'll probably do want a light into tank gun since the flame fire tech can quickly go through the heavy machine gunning with armor piercing on before it can do enough damage. Osttruppen comes closing out here. Bit of minor damage. Flam Panzer around there getting ready. Nice little camouflage netting there on top of it. Flamethrower engineers arriving. They'll soon be met with a pair of much larger flamethrowers to show them how the whole flamethrower game actually works. There we go. Constantly being enveloped in an inferno of a Teutonic making. Route it, but there you go. Disc coming up. Immediately calls in the light anti-tank as well. The M42, 45 and the anti-tank gun. Flam Panzer dragging ahead here. Fun fact, the M42 would actually use it to the end of the war, though it would primarily be used at the later stages in specific defensive formation known as fortified regions, where they'd be set up in ambush. It's like they would shoot at the tank's side armor as close range as possible. Little fun fact there about the M42. We've got Telemines down there from Luvnest, very aggressive again. Aggressive mines used correctly, of course, can be quite disruptive since the closer mine is to the opponent's base, the less likely they're actually to expect it, and thus, psychologically, the disruptive element is going to be so much bigger. Because it just hits closer to home. Just setting up there. Western people lost here. Kreuz definitely in a top position as a Luvnest. Really needs to swing hard back here soon here against Luvnest. But again, pulling in a lot of support weapons like this, using defensive doctrine, might be able to spread them enough here, disrupting versus Luvnest to make them maybe turn the game around there. But so far, their Luvnest just keeping up the pressure, looking like at any opportunity, he just keeps hitting hard there. Like, this is really also one of the key elements, just being a good, play at the height is just this rampant aggression, also rampant opportunism. Like, you just always look for an opportunity and then you take it. Nice for me. And then again, really nice effects here with the computer. I can pretty much run with almost at full specs. I've yet to try the Geforce experience. Had a bad experience with that hard at one point, so let's keep getting on it. But there we go. Luvnest here filling up the supply drop. Another machine gun, plus of course a Pack 40. Plus fuel and ammunition, so of course allowed to basically just slightly boosts the strategy overall for just 400 manpower, which is actually a really good deal. Yeah. Kreuz really needs to, like, you know, get going there in some macro trailer versus Luvnest. He's like to somehow cause a shift tactically that actually gives him initiative again, because otherwise Luvnest is just going to keep beating him with the initiative. So he needs to, like, you know, somehow wrest control here of the flow of the battle from Luvnest if possible. Also, fun fact about the flamethrower tech, there's actually a third flamethrower on these, but it actually was one that had to be wielded by a guy on the ground within a, you know, the flamethrower attached to the flamethrower half track. Now, fun fact, it was obviously incredibly, almost I think impossible, like, model in any sensible way in a game like this. But, you know, it is a fun thing to note that technically it had 3 flamethrowers. Using these routed. I mean, that'd be a literal fire truck then, you know. Except when you're spraying water, you're spraying fire. My God, Jürgen, look at this house. It's not on fire. My God, we have to help them, Fritz. Fire for score. Anyways, grab these and point your flamethrower tech sitting out there. 2 kills so far. Close veterans, one you need to be careful there. Go quickly going up behind the house there, but only met with an MG42. Grab the center point of the conscript and to take him forward state and straight into another machine gun. This time the MG54. The front of Ixlander Kreutz's commands pressed and routed. Still, nice little attempt at shifting around there, pushing up eastwards, again forcing Luvnest to slightly divert forces as well. Big push here, we got machine guns, anti-tank guns, punching on the Austrian up, we got the disco opening up there, suppressing some of the troops there. Really needs to take up soon. Of course, he's short on fuel. Again, Luvnest harassment game has just been so strong that Kreuz has really had a hard time just getting enough fuel, so he can't, like, even push for a T-70 fast enough. In fact, he will probably just have to go straight for the mechanized armor company and get a T-34-6 in time. Mine goes off there, killing 2 punchers, very good. Almost got it wiped on the Osttruppen. Can Kreuz get it? Yes. A small window for Kreuz. He does slow down their Luvnest a bit there as he suddenly finds a shot of 1 unit. Awesome squadron to ruddy as well here. Machine gun on the front from the other machine gun. And we got there, find some tech here with the support company. Of course, probably going to go for field guns down the road. Machine gun suppressed, routed. Kreuz sending his conscripts ahead here. In the center, MU-34 there, force away as well. We got a fresh awesome squad out. They're not replacing, say, with the officer or another punch gun squad. Instead, going for another awesome squad, worth noting there. Looks like the mine there gets it off, cancelled. Because it doesn't have minesweepers. Anyway, sandbags here. Good work there. Sandbags there as well. Going for the carpet, and you can see there, Kreuz again, starting to try and cut up to the pace, and again trying to disrupt Luvnest resource flow here, so thumbs up to Kreuz, thumbs up. Sandbags here, again trying to dig in, you know, make it harder for Luvnest to, like, make any easy pushes, very good. Just needs to keep up teching though, and again, he might at this pace be able to, like, get out the mechanized armor company at fast pace, of course. Another option, depending on how he feels like he's, you know, thinks Luvnest's tech situation is, in fact, he probably push for Panzer IV soon, could be to go for some S-6s, so that find himself with some self-propelled anti-tank gun action. Also, artillery that's slightly more, you know, self-propelled as well. That way, maybe sort of try and use that to, you know, switch back tempo on Luvnest. We probably won't be seeing that, but it is something to consider. And before to the building here, forming up a nice little nest resistance here for Kreuz to have to break. Disco carrying the center. And we got another disco out there, flamethrower coming up. Certainly won't be taking up further anytime soon. Again, he could try and go for the T-70 versus Luvnest. He does, so he's basically where, again, you know, at least he doesn't care about the possibility of being hit, like, you know, by enemy armor. Pumping ahead, they're directed on the line to tank gun. Flamethrowers in with the Panzer gun to do that. T-70 halfway done. Luvnest here to take up. So again, there's a chance the T-70 could buy Kreuz here some vital time versus Luvnest. It's not impossible, but even then, a 12-minute, you know, T-70 when your opponent's like got such good fuel control is very risky and does require some significant confidence in your skills. More importantly, something to back up said confidence with. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. You can see some really good players. In fact, this is something Luvnest might actually try to just use T-70s to aggressively swing the game around in his favor before the opponent gets tanks in. So, like, you know, there is precedent for it. In fact, I think I have actually seen Luvnest do that. In fact, he probably went for, like, just kept going for T-70s. Again, there is precedent for this, but, you know, it is risky, and again, it does require you to be, like, you know, a fairly solid and confident player. But there you go. As you can see, the Decisive is doing heavy damage here, probably line for another wipe in Luvnest, beating him out of manpower, which does really take... Oh, well, he went straight for tier 4. That does make this... give him a bit more room to, like, hurt his opponent with, but at the same time, the things that might then arrive could be a bit of a problem for Kreuz. But we'll have to see here. Propaganda would just recommend as a promo core, you know, Panther 4s, all that, but again... This is Luvnest, but you know, again, I mean, if you are Luvnest or roughly on the skill level of Luvnest, you know, go ahead. I mean, I can't tell you you're wrong because you're on the Luvnest, as good as Luvnest, but again, unless you're on that skill level, I probably would not advise this. Osttruppen holding up here in the east. Looks like he's trying to clear up line to fire him, destroying the hedges. He can, of course, also technically use demolition charges, though, of course, there's a bit expensive version of doing it, but he can do it. Can do it. Flampant coming back, they got Infantry 1, 3 kills. He's been westwards here, coming back as well. More sandbags here from Kreuz, and there you go. Sturmpanzer 4, clearly Luvnest not worried about armor, just want to deal with infantry. Feel good following up there for Kreuz. Of course, if Kreuz can deal with the Sturmpanzer, this could be a good opportunity to swing the game in his favour more actively. Of course, if he fails to do that, this can quickly come GG. Flampan's line there got a bit too close. Avoided getting hit by an anti-tank grenade here. It's a missed opportunity, I think, by Kreuz. Lucky for Luvnest, I was could have lost it there. East side, it proves to be still a stubborn nut to crack there. We got Osttruppen getting the light machine guns up. He has not replaced the lost Osttruppen. Going to try and attack the machine gun nest there, but I think it's going to be too late. And he needs to retreat before they get wiped out here. Decent running about here. Osttruppen caught laying down sandbags, fucking about him. You've heard force things set up. Kreuz here. Oh, heading on mine. No, then the Lub's force been laying down mines for the Flammpanzer back. As can lay down the Schutzmine 42. There goes Sturmpanzer 4 out there for Luvnest. Just look at how glorious it is. With Simmerit coating as well. Simmerit power being anti-magnetic paste. Obviously the game does not reflect this, it's just, you know, visual skin, but you know. Also, as it turns out, Simmerit was flammable. You don't want your tanks catching on fire, by the way. So they quickly dropped that one. They quickly dropped that one. Bit of shooting there. Sturmpanzer moving ahead. Down the pack 40, but the Sturmpanzer will probably be an issue here for Kreuz. Straight into the anti-tank guns and the field gun. Ooh, field gun could almost wiped out. Still, once more hit Luvnest field didn't come there. Not a big disruption, even then can be, you know, slightly annoying there. Lines of tank coming for the larger one. We got the T-70. Obviously, the T-70 is not going to have much of an impact upon the Sturmpanzer 3 and its 100mm thick frontal armor. Anti-tank in there, cleared out. Still doing some damage here to Luvnest. Oh, good God, it actually got a shot through. Meanwhile, Mech and Osttruppen company up there, we were probably seeing either T-34 from 6 just get out something fast or SUD5 to provide something a bit more hefty in opposition to the Sturmpanzer. Flampanzer moving ahead again. They're still, Kreuz is actually holding some decent actually now versus Luvnest. Victory points wise, they've also been surprisingly close a while. Certainly, resource wise, it has been a struggle. For Kreuz, he's actually been able to ensure that Luvnest wasn't able to like snowball outmatch in terms of victory points. Good to wipe in the Osttruppen. I'm not quite sure how Luvnest thought he could get away with that one, but you know, that's the thing about opportunism. Sometimes you just try to take an opportunity, even like it looks like slim working out, you know. You just send in the Osttruppen. Because in the end, they're just Osttruppen. Who's gonna miss them? Let's fix up the Sturmpanzer 4 there. We'll have to see the full option next. Probably going to be a Panther. The course could go for Panzerwerfer, particularly with the officer. That has a really nasty synergy there.
We are losing a sector.
Something about healing and forcing. Holding up here. Getting some Servant Man upgrades they're going. Thumbs up. Osttruppen on the west side. Panzer there close to veteran T2. More pioneers there for Luvnest. We get any Flammpanzer wagon. Flareman goes off to come from the Dishka. I mean, he could try and sneak up with the T-7 on the right flank. He could try and force the machine up and a path here to the eastern fuel point. That could be an idea there for Kreuz to consider here versus Luvnest. Could be an idea. Another field gun following up there, obviously to help deal with the enemy armor. And like he goes for T-34-6, that's still going to be a bit further while off here. And obviously, the T-34 is probably not going to have an easy time with the Sturmpanzer either here under Luvnest command. Osttruppen at the centre here, comes from the heavy cover. Sturmpanzer shoots. Good hit there. Heavy cover, of course, helps, you know, prevent two heavy losses, but even then they are forced away there. Very sensibly there, Kreuz falls back with his men. Sturmpanzer up, good hit in the dish cut. Almost takes out the entire gun crew there with a high explosive shot. Used against the Osttruppen, Sturmpanzer wing it again. Cover shattered, Sturmpanzer takes it, gaining veterans around the process, which opens up for the bunker busting barrage. Very nasty little trick, and there we go. And clears out the field gun. Really powerful ability, You can see there, used correctly. And really just makes your Sturmpanzer 4, you know, kind of good actually, if you know how to use the bunker busting barrage. Moving up, the Flampanzer are going to move again. Need to recruit that field gun fast. He's getting on action as well. He's going to, of course, be destroyed before his opponent's chance, which probably should be right, but there you go. Good hit there. Panzer flanking in. Just takes a nasty hit there, but he gets the field gun, but may quickly lose it. Got fresh troops rushing in there from Kreuz. Plus the T something in there. 10 kills, then 21. We got 404 versus 402. Still very close in terms of victory points between the two combatants so far. Very close in terms of victory points. Neither side really having a significant lead over the other one. Sturmpanzer 4, though, half 8 to 52 are getting the shots in there. West side Ostrom back with the Flampanzerwagen. Katyusha rocket launcher. I'm guessing clear out the support weapons, maybe the machine gun in the building there. I mean, that's a bold strategy there by Kreuz. I mean, if it works, it works, but if it fails, which there's a good chance of, it's really just going to put Kreuz in a bad place because, say, you know, Luvnest will up the Panther. That Panther's going to make short work of that Katyusha. And there you go, we do get the Panther here for Luvnest. Die Panzerkampfwagen 5. Right, that's a fast land. Osttruppen pack folding up through the centre. Back here we got troop reinforcing healing there for Kreuz. CC going over the Flampanzerwagen pack following up. They're going to probably try and shoot the attack ground here through the hedges to hit the T-70. Sturmpanzer up the centre here, ready to unleash another bunker busting barrage anytime soon here versus Kreuz. There you go, double hit from the field gun. Well, one hit, the other one misses. Time next in. Probably a good investment here for Kreuz in terms of time, since it costs nothing in terms of resources. But use your rocket launcher here. I mean, if you can't get up a good barrage, it could prove to be great here and could leave Luvnest certainly a lot weaker. And there you go. He's trying to use it like, you know, as a rocket shotgun essentially. Trying to get wipes at pretty close range, but it does require you actually sure the opponent's infantry is there. Oh, he did get the Pioneer wipe. Maybe we can get the second Pioneer score. Yeah. Not quite as great. And there you go. He's using the bunker busting barrage. I think he's trying to take out the Katyusha, and he almost succeeded. Oh, Luvnest, you absolutely cheeky bastard. So there you go. Veteran CT, 31 kills. 32 actually. Now we got the Panther, and now Kreuz, main fact, get a bit punished here for going for the Katyusha rather than, say, you know, an S-35 maybe. And the T-34-6. Almost got the flamethrower after here, almost, but once more, it seems like here Luvnest has to build his own luck, and he escapes the Flampanzerwagen to torment Kreuz and the Red Army another day. Pinnacle machine almost done for the Panther. Fun fact about the hatch there, by the way, the Panther, that actually took several minutes to, like, you know, actually open up, which is not really great in an emergency situation. Of course, one thing worth keeping in mind, most German tank commanders were pretty much of the type that always go around the hatch open. In fact, I think they were trying to practice instruction to do so, to actually have better line of sight, you know. So, normally it wouldn't be an issue anymore, but this is a fun thing to note that, again, the hatch really just was really difficult to open up. Onto there's the conscripts. Sturmpanzer moving ahead again. Great hit for the field gun. Comforting amount of loss there as Dimitri gets pulverized. Campaigning back here for Luvnest so far. You got Pioneers on the way there for Luvnest. Pioneer. Comes reinforcing. See something getting the Osttruppen there. He's going to fire from the Panther. Feel them turning around. Yeah, I think Kreuz is going to go for like HD5s now. He's going to need something that is both self-propelled and he can deal with the heavier armor, and of course isn't something that needs to be dealt with by the Sturmpanzer, because otherwise he's going to keep using the bunker busting barrage and keeps relying too much on field guns. Good hit there, veterans 1 again. Sturmpanzer actually taking a lot of damage here from it. Flamethrower is still alive. White's really just been doing a great work with it. If not, you know, directly with the attacks, it's all just been the mines, which have come in handy at times versus Kreuz. He's saying this. Oh, another Katyusha attempt here. And it's not quite landing as well as it could, because as you might notice, Luvnest actually against spreading out his forces and support them is much more non-response to the Katyusha in general. So that's also the problem using the Katyusha against certain players. Like some will keep branching up this stuff because they don't know what to do. But against like really skilled players like Luvnest, they're just going to start, you know, spacing out the forces better. So it becomes much harder to really land a great hit with the Katyusha, at least only do stuff like this once they know you've actually unloaded your barrage. So some things to keep in mind, some things to keep in mind while playing Companies too. And again, you're probably better off, like say, with the T-34 from 6 for more the immediate shock effect, more pressuring of Luvnest here. Could have probably gotten some more kills in and taking out the flame for a half tack. But now he definitely is going to need like HD5s, maybe 2 even, but at least 1 I think is necessary here for Kreuz versus Luvnest. Comes back here with the Panther. He does go for the T-34-76. Again, I don't think he shouldn't go for one, but I think right now the priority should be an HD5. Meanwhile, we've got a Panther here for Luvnest. Going to probably use that to help further deal with the support weapons. The field guns in particular are a significant thorn in the side here of Luvnest and can usually be one of the toughest things to deal with as a Wehrmacht player. And that's also usually why a lot of so players just go for double field guns, because in general it's actually really difficult to deal with double cis fleets. It's incredibly difficult. And Katyusha back in action, going to soon find another volley, but this time will he actually deliver like, you know, more devastating rocket barrage? It's going to leave Luvnest shaking in his jack boots. Who knows? Strong Panther coming up here. Katyusha firing. And we got the Panzerwerfer out here for Luvnest. Got the Panzer's name U-54 in the center, obviously not making much progress. Katyusha got 2 kills now, but again, sadly, it's not quite getting the leverage here against Luvnest that Kreuz had been hoping for. Again, part of this is, again, Luvnest spaces out his forces better. He doesn't place all the support moves right next to each other, which is what is great. So, it's a lot less useful. There you go, Panther barrage off. Again, Kreuz being mobbed, bunch up stuff a bit more. But not as much either, so didn't do a ton there either. And certainly one might argue he's just gone for another Sturmpanzer if he had the population for it, which he didn't. But if he did, actually, he might actually have, yeah. He'd probably just gone for another Sturmpanzer, to be honest. Like, 2 Sturmpanzers, I think, would easily beat out a Panzerwerfer. Check with access to the bunker basting barrage in both, that easily, I think, beat the Panzerwerfer, to be honest. There's ultimately my own perspective. We got Sandwich up here in the east, again, more defensive, certainly getting a bit more trench fighty.
We are losing a sector.
Panther hanging back there. So far, not really like many major armoured engagements here, though. I imagine Kreuz will eventually try and force one, but for now, there we go, another T-34, so he's not quite getting there. And again, this side is not seeing a lot of action. Feels like it has some opportunities, then again, we can also see Luvnest has mined up this early somewhat, though. They want to mine up this far east point. There a bit, maybe use the flame for a half track at the very least. But so far, finally heavily sent around the center, and there you go. Got railroad support pulled in here on Kreuz. Yeah, more aggressive push here by Luvnest, but at the same time, not too aggressive either. There we go, kaboom. Another big kaboom. The computer's just handling flawlessly. Beautiful. Also just nice. There we go, turning up him down to minion before pushing back to the infantry. Ooh, that was a close one there. Field with from behind here, the MD-34. The west side here fighting for the most important there. Panther pushed back. Got the Panther firing away there. No firing in the west here. It's basically to disrupt the attack there. Got the field gun crew, very good. Building collapse as well. Sturmpanzer taking hits here, but it's also living them. We got almost ace level on that Sturmpanzer. Gets the field gun. If we're going here for the Sturmpanzer, he could even like maybe do something really disruptive there. Oh, watch! He's ramming it. He wants that Sturmpanzer. Then he takes it right next to the Telemine. Panther taking a hit here. Can he finish it off? There we go. He's moving ahead. He's trying to avoid it. Probably trying to avoid getting into the Telemine. Oh dear, Panther taking hits. Consequently going to pop up an anti-tank grenade. He might have loosened the Panther here. Damn it. And yet, oh, Scheiße. He might have saved the Sturmpanzer, but he lost the Panther. T-34 throwing in, but he's not aware of the Telemine. Oh, and he hits the Telemine, costing him in the other T-34. Katusha throwing down the Pack 40. And artillery fire going down the midst of Kreuz's forces, shattering countless infantrymen. Absolute Armageddon. In high definition, but still. Holy smokes, Kreuz is being butchered by Luvnest. Good God. He just lost almost everything. And part of just this railway artillery support called in while he's so focused on hunting down the Sturmpanzer. Luvnest just called it in here and he just lost sight of it. This course also highlights one of the powerful functions of just paying attention to what's going on then. Again, highlights some of the higher skill elements. Again, like, you know, you have to like to pay attention to everything, which can also be, you know, why, you know, 1v1 can be such a stressful thing because you have to like manage so many things. Like you lose sight of something, like you might suddenly find yourself short of a lot of infantry support weapons. Right now, Kreuz has no field guns left. At least there's one that can be crewed. The other one can also as well, but he's lost machine guns, he's lost infantry, and he's lost effectively all of his medium armor here. Like, good lord, that was just brutal. And this may very well just be what, you know, gives Luvnest the fight. I mean, he lost the Panther, sure. Lost the beautiful, precious Panther, but his opponent paid a much higher price for it. T-34 from 6 on the way there to replace the one lost. We got 391 versus 275. That's really flying away there. Panther Venetian held. We got 5 kills. Landing on the ears. Firing. I guess bought some time there. Machine bar that remains there. Cleared out. Surprised he hasn't tried using the Katusha on that. Meanwhile, Luvnest going for another Panther, another Panzerkampfwagen 5. Pumping about, they got 13 kills. But yeah, the landscape has been broken by the sledgehammer of the Third Reich. Sturmpanzer hit, they got 47 kills on this ace monstrosity. This beast straight out of Baden-Baden. Coming straight into the Sturmpanzer though, and the MD-34. Fresh T-34-6 mobilized for the front line here by Eisernez Kreuz. Panther almost done. Troops reinforcing healing. Situation for the third player is definitely desperate. Definitely tenuous. I mean, that has got to be one of the more effective railway artillery support badges I've seen in quite some time. And simply again because the opponent wasn't paying attention, like his attention elsewhere. And that's also usually one of the best kind of artillery badges you can call in by, is like, you know, if you know your opponent's like super focused on one thing, if you then have the attention calling on something else, you know, oh, it's a very obvious target, you can actually get in a lot of kills. In fact, those are actually really impressive skill to have in Companies 1. In fact, it's also a lot easier because a lot of the artillery is very fast. Like in Companies 1, you like, you know, okay, my opponent's paying attention there, I will now call in this pinpoint artillery and murder stuff over there. So, little fun fact there again. Flame for after it was the conscripts. 11 kills, halfway to the east level. What's we got the Austrian back down to Luvnest command.
Forces are securing our territory.
Fixing up the T-34-6. Got it from the field on the Flammpanzerwagen. 50 kills next Sturmpanzer. 51. 55. 5 and 6. There we go. Ace low in the T-70. Almost got the flame for a half track. 391 was 218. This occasion is just sparring and control now for Kreuz here. This is Luvnest. I believe he may have hit the point of no return, but who knows? There may be some surprises still here. Pantling forward. It's going to probably try and take out the CoH2 if possible. But there you go. Field gun and anti-tank grenade here. I mean, so far we had to point out one flaw to find Luvnest play. It might just be he's not been doing particularly great with the Panthers. That might just be it. That might just be it. 57 kills. Meanwhile, his Sturmpanzer 4 players have been practically flawless.
200 points. Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Dan's going to need some serious repairs there.
Standing by. T-34 ready.
Sturmpanzer firing away there. Murdering there. T-some takes a nice hit. Almost got the flame for after there. Almost got it. T-50 something up there. Shot fired. Direct hit from Sturmpanzer. The conscript, the Frontex. Unleashing a barrage from hell there. Infantry torn apart in a storm of rockets. Kreuz fervently trying to push back against the might of the German army, but every attempt falters in Flanders under an increasingly ceaseless invectives barrage of explosives. Impressive detail though. Sorry about that. They're not quite used to this new computer, just how good everything looks on it. Got Oscar there, goes Sturmpanzer ahead here. Flank check the conscript. Good hit there, 61 kills. And crosses for the entire crew, and after the war, accusations of being war criminals. Termines up here for Luvnest. Straight for the conscripts. Also, they're being utterly obliterated. That's probably one of those better CoH2 badges, to be honest. Just probably a bit too late here versus Luvnest. More Telemites. He's just doing anything he can, like just prepare for like a potential push here that could destabilize a chance of winning here for Luvnest. Like, he is taking no chances. 2 thumbs up. Need to fix up that Sturmpanzer fear there. Sturmpanzer hanging back here for Luvnest. Troops moving about here in the east. Got another T-34 from 6 and there for Kreuz. We got 106 with 391. We got more Telemines, just a small chain of Telemines here.
We have reduced our foes to 100 points.
62 still. People are pushing it, spawning a push in the west. Contler being once more just utterly decimate. 68 kills. 1 kill away from 69.
Standing by.
Moving up the east side again. Forgot about the MG42, but the MG42 did not forget about them. Oh, see, they care about us, Ludwig. Yeah, now open fire. Pushing up the T-70. Pack 40 there, Ace low and gears all being obliterated. We got 70 kills down the T-70. And the T-70, the Sturmpanzer. The T-70 got 70 kills. Oh boy. That I think would be a record. Shots keep bouncing, unsurprisingly, camping westwards as well here. We got 38 with 391. This is bad. The Osttruppen tearing through them with a storm rocket. We got Panther returning the favour as well. T-54 there, dodging some of the shots from the rockets. We got still 16 kills. Apparently didn't do so much there. Sturmpanzer went again. Firing another bunker bastard badge in the field gun. 71 kills. And oh, 75. 75. Can we go any higher than 75? T-54 sticking out in the centre as it hits the Telemine and gets finished off with the Panther. The Soviet armour exploding all over the place alongside, well, Soviet infantry. Soviet vehicles, Soviet support personnel. It's all exploding. Panzer are routed by the T-70 light tank. Panzer come punching westwards, directed in the T-70 light tank. Directed hit from the field gun, punching straight through the frontal arm of the Panther. Osttruppen ahead here, 12 kills, ace level. Bang him on a hit there and then jumps up. Praise be to the physics engine. Panther moving ahead here. Now the T-Fed forces some way there for Eisernez Kreuz. Field gun wrecked. Wrecked on the Panther there. Panther moving ahead here. Direct hit, and we got rebels to support calling in by Luvnest once more. We got 18 points left here for Kreuz and the Red Army. 18, 16, 14. Panther bounces a shot there. Close one. T-Fed's going around the Panther. Got anti-tank artillery holding in. Anti-tank Overwatch. Wants that Panther down if nothing else. From the Osttruppen. Ooh, Osttruppen scored obliterated. He's got 4 points left though, so in essence it's not going to matter much. Might even get the Panther before the game ends. Yup, there we go. GG, game over. So there you go. First Propagandacast on a new computer, on a new channel. Spread the word as far as possible so as many people become aware of them have to move channels there. I would certainly appreciate a lot if you can do that. This is Imperial signing off. I'll hope to be back tomorrow with another episode unless Google finds some new way to throw a wrench into my works. So thank you all for joining in. Again, do spread the word. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and press the bell button so you're more likely to get updates about it. And of course, if you can, do donate and help pay off the new computer. Links in the description. This is Imperial signing off, and see you all another time.